श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये या देवी स्थूलती नित्यं विबुधैः क्षीरभारतैः शीलविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अथ गुरुस्तोत्रम् अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितबलाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यशाश्वत शान्तो व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनाथकलातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढ तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः मुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदायिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। शोषणं भवसिन्धुश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्रीजगद्गुरु मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुः पदमदैवतं गुरो परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्याधरिणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। हरि
Harihi Om. On behalf of Chinmay Mission Nagpur, I welcome Swamini Vimlananda ji and all our participants and viewers to this Guru Purnima Gyan Yagya. We offer our pranams to Pujya Swamini ji and welcome her with the Purna Kumbha by our Yagya Yajmans, Srimati and Shri Sandeep Kabra.
काले परामृतात्मनिमुञ्चन्ति सर्वे दहनं न पापं परमेष्टमूलं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरवत्यसर्गस्थम् तत्रापि दहनं गगनं च शोकस्तस्मिन्यनन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरं प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परस्य महेश्वरः श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।
And now we commence the yagna with the traditional lighting of the lamp.
Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
It is my proud privilege to introduce to you Dr. Archana. Dr. Archana is presenting a Ganesh Vandana, the inaugural performance, an invocation to Lord Ganesh. Dr. Archana is the artistic director of the Shastra Temple of Dance. Besides being an accomplished performer, she also has a master's degree in arts as well as business administration. She is also a doctor of naturopathy. She has been invited to perform at various events and venues, including the World Peace Conference at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi, at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi, and the India Habitat Center, New Delhi, among a host of others. She has traveled extensively in India and overseas for her performances. Archana, as her name suggests, means offering, and Natya is her offering to the divine. Hari Om Pranam. On behalf of Chinmay Mission Nagpur, it is indeed my privilege and honor to introduce Swamini Vimlananda ji. Swamini ji is a senior disciple of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda. After acquiring an honors degree in architecture, her travels made her reflect on life and make a shift from designing the world of space outside to seeking the sacred inner space. The Chinmay Mission Vedant course deepened her spiritual knowledge. Her passion for education found fulfillment in concretizing her Guru's vision into the Chinmay Vision program, which now largely reflects in the national education policy recently introduced in India by the central government in July 2020. Her multifarious contribution in the field of education, as she headed the Chinmay Mission Educational Cell for 25 years, touched the lives of millions. A dynamic leader, a serious seeker, a spiritual practitioner, a prodigious learner, a visionary educator, a nature lover, a prolific writer, and a popular speaker. She has been traveling around the world, guiding seekers of all ages. Her simple style of speaking has captivated the intellectual and the faithful alike. Her sense of aesthetics and her depth of knowledge reflects in all her activities, including her writing. She has authored books on a variety of subjects, which include Vedantic commentaries, Indian culture series, answering youth queries, child-centered activities, and education theories. Her books are very popular, as are her YouTube talks. Swamini ji has very graciously accepted our invitation to enlighten us about the glories of the Guru through the verses of the Guru Stotram. As we approach the most auspicious occasion of Sri Guru Purnima, this is a small effort on our part to offer our respects and love to our glorious Guru Parampara. Now, before handing over to Swamini ji, I would like to tell you something. If you have any questions or doubts regarding the topic, please put your queries in the chat box. The chat box will be enabled 15 or 20 minutes before the session is over, and Swamini ji will address them in tomorrow's talk or the subsequent talks. Pranam Swamini ji, over to you.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमस्खदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om and Namaskar to one and all who are sitting in front of me directly or you are listening to these talks on your laptop or your mobile devices. These series of talks are a preparation to this great occasion of Guru Purnima, which falls on the 24th of July. The topic is called Guru and God, the 2G connection. Man, human beings, are social animals. We always need to what? Connect. We need to be with people. मनुष्य ऐसे हैं कि वो अकेले नहीं रह सकता है. Before I continue, let me tell you that anything that I speak in Hindi, I would have spoken in English also. So please don't wonder what I have spoken in Hindi or what I have spoken in English, because it will be the same thing. It will not be different. Because I am told to talk both in English and in Hindi, so in between it will be interspersed with Hindi as well. So human beings are social. We like to connect. We want to connect with people, with all sorts of, we want all types of relationships. Now, because we want to connect with people in the world, and in this day and age, devices are made to connect. So we had our mobile started long back, and then there was a connectivity through the mobile. So the mobile needed what is called a broadband. So it started with 1G, remember, okay. Right in 1970, when most of the million, of course, were not born, and even their parents were not born. From 1970, the first G came into picture. Research started on that. Then the bandwidth was only what? 2.5 kilobytes per second. Then we went to 2G, where the connection improved. It became 65 kilobytes per second. Then it went to 3G, where from 65 kilobytes, it went straight to 3 megabytes. Then we have the 4G. The 4G went from 3 megabytes to 100 megabytes. Now, if you see each, and now when you say what is G, most of you know better than me, it means what? 4G is fourth generation. It's a fourth generation of connectivity. And see the scale, 2.5 kilobytes, 65 kilobytes, 3 megabytes, 100 megabytes. And we say the next generation, 5G, which already research started in 2015, it's already there. And if this pandemic was not there, on the 15th of August, our 75th Independence Day celebration, it was supposed to be launched in India. I'm sure in some parts of the world, 5G is already there. And that is going to be not in megabytes, but in gigabytes. Now, I want you to note that each generation of this connectivity is increasing exponentially. It is not arithmetically, but exponentially. What happens with each new generation of this? Our connectivity improves. Mainly, it becomes faster. We can communicate with each other very fast. And of course, with each of that, what happens? Our batteries get discharged faster. Remember, we can connect with more instruments, but the battery will discharge fast. With the 5G connection also, there will be only some places you will get some type of mobiles or laptops you will be able to do. It will be. So each generation of connectivity has its own unique problems. You must be wondering why I'm talking so much about this. We will connect it with the topic. Our topic is what? 2G connection, remember? So, what we find that with the connectivity becoming faster and faster, there are advantages and there are also disadvantages. Because these instruments becoming powerful, they affect our mind, they affect our body, they affect our brains, the thinking also. Most of us sleep with our mobiles. You know, it's like our bed partner. We sleep with our mobiles. Dangerous. And some of them even keep it on and sleep. I mean, the most dangerous thing. However, connectivity has improved, there is no doubt. Now, this is connection with what? The world outside, the people outside. We use these instruments to connect. However, how do we connect, or who connects us? Or with what instrument can we get connected to myself? To God. Definitely not the mobile phone. Do you agree with me? You cannot connect with God or with your own self through an outside instrument, however great its connectivity. Is it true or not? You can keep nodding if you understand. So we find that how can I connect with myself? How can I connect with the true self, the Atma as they call it? How can I connect? You need something to connect us. Some instrument to connect us. How will I connect? Now, interesting. God, Ishvara Bhagwan, as we say, Sarvagnya, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvaguna Sampanna, is always thought to be somewhere far away. Is it true or not? We say, oh Bhagwan, oh God, as though he is what? Far away. We haven't seen God, we have seen images of God, but we have not actually what? Seen God. So he remains always Paroksha. What? God remains always Paroksha, far away, unseen. Images we see, but we don't see God. There are a few bhaktas who have seen Sakshat Bhagwan Pratyaksha Rupa, but 99.999% have we seen? Have you seen Atma? Anyone? No. Atma is aparoksha and yet can never become pratyaksha, can never be seen. Ishvara, paroksha, unseen. Atma, aparoksha, unseen. So how are we going to connect? We need something concrete to help us to connect. Like we have a mobile by which we what? Connect with people. We have a laptop through which you are communicating with me. I am talking to all of you and you are connecting with me. So how am I going to connect to this Atma which is unseen, to this Paramatma which is unseen? I need something concrete, someone concrete, and that is called Guru. You understand now the connection? The one who will connect what? Me with myself and me with God. So we need it. Do we need it? Yes. Now, what role does God play? What role does Guru play? Let us think about all this. It is said that our Swarupa, our own nature is Satchidananda. हमारा स्वभाव क्या है? हमारा स्वरूप क्या है? Satchidananda है. And that is why all of us, with no exception, want to exist forever because it is our Sat Swarupa. हमारा स्वरूप सत है, इसलिए हमें क्या है? हमेशा अस्तित्व प्राप्त करना है. Meaning, I want to be always. My nature is Chit, Chaitanya Swarupa, and therefore I want to know. जिज्ञासा है, ज्ञान की पिपासा है, क्योंकि मेरा स्वरूप क्या है? चैतन्य है. And my swarup is Ananda, and therefore I want to be happy. हमारा स्वरूप क्या है? आनंद है, इसलिए हमेशा हम सुखी होना चाहते हैं. आप में से कोई दुखी होना चाहते हैं? कभी नहीं. तो ज्ञान प्राप्त करना वो सहज है. We want, by nature we want knowledge. The glory of knowledge, especially in this day and age, we understand. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is even a commodity. Knowledge is not just this, it's a commodity. You can purchase knowledge. It's a commodity. And people who have, like you have chief executive officers, you have chief knowledge officers in big, huge companies. CK, chief knowledge, CKO. So now knowledge is extremely important in our life. We know that life cannot happen without knowledge. Now, animals are born and they are trained. They also get some knowledge from their, parents. But we as human beings don't have just training. We are given education. We are given samskaras. We are given knowledge. And that is the importance of a teacher in our life. All of us know the first teacher in our life is who? Our mother and father. First gurus, teachers. Without teachers, we can't. It is said that if you are left on your own without any language being given, till certain number of years, you will never learn language properly and the syntax and the grammar. It's not possible afterwards. Till some years if you were not given this education. So therefore, very important. Knowledge is important. So teacher is very important. When you have to say, I am what I am because my parents have made me what I am. Is it because they were a lawyer or engineer, or because they gave you knowledge and samskaras? It's because they gave us what? Knowledge and samskaras. When you go to school, you get knowledge. You go to college, you get knowledge. Even we say great professions, you have, let us say, engineers and doctors. Nowadays, we know we glorify doctors truly, and they really deserve to be. But these doctors were also made doctors because of whom? Teachers, gurus. They were taught. So even secular knowledge we get through whom? Gurus. Now with online teaching, everyone has understood that no real knowledge is taking place. Even the schools, colleges, they have understood there's a really bad substitute. Teachers keep telling me, कुछ होता ही नहीं है, वो सीखते ही नहीं है. जब सामने होते हैं तभी भी सो जाते हैं. तो online तो I don't know how many of you are awake really. Please keep your videos on so I can see you also. And I know that I can interact with you, at least when you smile, I know you are there. Otherwise you have a name, then I don't know what you'll be doing right now. Who is doing what and what, you don't know actually. So therefore, what is extremely important, you need a teacher. You need a teacher to teach us, give us knowledge. Both in the secular field and the spiritual field. In our country, teachers who give us spiritual knowledge are called gurus. Otherwise also they are called gurus. Guru means one who gives knowledge. Grannati iti guru. जो ज्ञान देता है उसको गुरु कहते हैं. गुकार अंधकारश्च रुकार तन निवर्तकः. Gu means represents in Guru word. Gu is what? Andhakara, ignorance. And Ru means what? One who removes the ignorance, gives knowledge. That is called a Guru. So all teachers are called Gurus in one way, but in our culture we call what? Spiritual teachers, we call them as what? Gurus. Okay. Now, in the Gurus also, now I'm going to answer a few. Now, the text, Guru Stotram, the verses of Guru Stotram are only means. I have understood that to teach text, is not really the purpose of these sessions. Texts are only mediums, madhyam, for giving knowledge. So my emphasis is not going to be the text, but it's going to be what? The knowledge. And I hope you're all okay with that. Very, very many questions come to the mind of people, especially regarding Guru and especially in this day and age. So we'll try to clear a lot of misunderstandings, get right understanding, and a lot of questions that come, we will try to answer through the medium of the Guru Stotra. Now, how many gurus do we have in our life? Should we have one? Should we have many? Is there an advantage of having many? Should you commit? And what different types? Are there different types of gurus? So as we already said, our first gurus are our mother and father. Yes, we have many, many gurus in our life. Even in terms of spiritual knowledge, there are different gurus. The Guru Gita gives a big elaboration on many of the gurus. One type of guru, the one who give secular knowledge, are also called Suchaka Guru. Then, in terms of spiritual knowledge, one is called Vachaka or Karma Guru or Dharma Guru. Who are these gurus? They give us knowledge about puja, about rituals, about vidhi vidhana, about our behavior. हमारा सदाचार कैसे हो, हमारा उठना बैठना कर्तव्य क्या है, ये जो ज्ञान, जो धर्म का ज्ञान देते हैं, कैसे जीना चाहिए, ये सब बताते हैं, उसको हम धर्मगुरु कहते हैं. They give us about right karma kanda. So these are called karma gurus or vachaka gurus, or they're called dharma gurus. Very, very important role they play in our life. Then you have upasana gurus. So they give us upasanas, meditations they teach us. They give us mantra diksha. You must have heard mantra guru, very commonly, who has given us diksha in some mantra or the other. They're called what? Mantra gurus, important. And then you have jnana gurus. Now amongst the jnana gurus also we have a variety of them. One is called preraka guru. What? Preraka Guru. What is the meaning of Preraka Guru? One who inspires, प्रेरणा देते हैं. देखिए, हमारे जीवन में प्रेरणा की बहुत आवश्यकता होती है. We need a lot of inspiration. In this world, we have enough people who instigate us. Some motivate us, but very few inspire us. So we need. किसी के जीवन को देखकर हमारा जीवन पूरा परिवर्तित हो जाता है. उनके ज्ञान से, उनके जीवन से, उनके कार्य से. It can be a book, it can be an incident in life. Sometimes it happens in your own life, you have gone through certain turmoil and something happened. That incident became an inspiration for you to change your life. That becomes your Preraka Guru. It can be a person, it can be a book, it can be an incident. है ना, कभी कभी कुछ दुखद घटना हो जाती है, कुछ हो जाता है, and you change. I remember once I was watching the Ellen show on the YouTube, and I saw she keeps saying, you know, be kind to one another, be kind to one another. And I saw some people being inspired by, and she gives generously and all. So inspired by her, some people started doing very great social work and generous acts. So inspired, someone inspiring makes them do something really good and nice and kind for others. I'm sure all of you, with no exception, have had people who have inspired you. Your role models, so to speak, in different fields. Doesn't matter which field. So these are called what? Preraka. प्रेरणा देते हैं, उत्साहित करते हैं, हमें बल भरते हैं. Then we have what is called Bodhaka Guru. बोधक गुरु कौन होते हैं? They teach us the scriptures. शास्त्र ज्ञान देते हैं. They tell us, you know, from the, let us say, रामायण सिखाते हैं, भागवत सिखाते हैं, शास्त्र सिखाते हैं, उपनिषद, गीता वगैरह, you know, सिखाते. They give us both. ज्ञान देते हैं. They actually teach us. So these are called what? Bodhaka gurus. Do you agree? Very important role they play in our life. Yes, otherwise we are not going to read the scriptures. We are not going to understand the scriptures even if we read them. So there is someone who does all that and just gives it to us in a nice, easy, easy to use. Ready-made. Sab pakka ke aajkal we have no MTR packets. Just put it in hot water, stir it for a couple of minutes and eat it. So they do all the other preparations. They do everything and then we get the ready-made packet. And what do we do with it? Just put it, stir it, enjoy it. So that Bodhaka gurus are there. And then we have one category which is called Sadguru. See, do we have many gurus? Yes. Can we have many gurus? Yes. Should we have many gurus? Fine, no problem. But in our life, Sadguru is always one. Remember that much. Gurus can be many, are many, but Sadguru is always one. Who is a Sadguru? Sadguru is one who shows us the ultimate goal of life. Not only shows us the ultimate goal of life, he also establishes, remember the important word, what? Establishes us on the path, on the means to reach the goal. Not just showing the goal. That is not enough. Because showing the goal, many have done. Both of the gurus have also done that. Is it true or not? They have told us. Shastra says this one says this, one says this. That is fine. But establishes us on the path to the goal. This is called Sadguru. Sadguru now, I want this to be known. Oh my God, I don't have so many gurus. I have only one guru. I only have Sadguru, but I don't have any other prayer. No. It is possible that for you, your Preraka Guru, your Bodhaka Guru, and your Sadguru, your Vachaka Guru or Upasaka Guru, all can be one, and that can be your Sadguru. That is also possible, okay? So you don't have to go on searching for many more, okay? Oh, abhi Vachak mil gaya, abhi Prerak nahi mila. Please don't do that. It comes to a very, very important factor. Okay, you have told us, we need. The Sadguru is the one who will connect us to what? Our own self and God. Remember that. Don't forget that. He is the one who is the guy. The guy means it can be a man or a person or this also. Now, which brings us to, in amongst these gurus also, these gurus appear in many ways. Remember, it's very interesting. They can be, this is again from the Guru Gita that I'm saying. Says it can be Ghuda. The Guru can be what? Ghuda means Gupta. The Guru can be in your life, but you don't even know that he's there in your life. He can be doing things for us without us also what? Knowing. He may already have chosen you, but you are not still aware. That is also possible. Sometimes we feel as though I am being guided by someone. Especially sometimes, when you really find, that you've got a guru and then you find my whole life seemed to be what? As though it was guided. Someone was with me throughout, as though guiding me in every this. So the guru can be what? Gupta. Then the other can be Dhrida, the second variety. Dhrida means firm. They tell you what it is as it is. No sweet talk, no this, nothing. There have been gurus who have said, "Mere paas seekhna hai." Tapan Maharaj was like that. Dhrida Guru means what? He told Pujya Gurudev, if you want to learn from me, I will say whatever I say once. I'm not going to repeat. And the next day you come, you must revise whatever you have done and you come. Early morning, take bath in Ganga, don't say cold water, hot water. And what shall I eat and what shall I do? Today I did not get Bhiksha, nothing doing. You come, you listen this. This is called what Guru? Dhrida Guru. They're firm. They are firm in whatever they this, Dhrida Guru. Then the other is called Preeti. They are loving, they're kind, they're sweet, they are gentle, they are mentors, they are guide, they handhold you, they, a little bit of this. They do that. This is called the next variety of guru. They'll be friendly with Arjuna had that. Krishna Bhagwan was his what? Friend, Sakha. With them, playing with them, this, enjoying this, and then giving knowledge also. This is called what guru? Then you have other type, Maunena Samahita, who are what? Silent gurus. They will not give too much. Raman Maharshi, Bhagwan Raman Maharshi was one such variety. He used to be in his own, what? In his presence, when people used to go in his presence and sit there, what used to happen? All their doubts used to get answered by itself. He didn't need to talk. He did not need to say a lot of things. Sometimes one small little word and the doubt would get. So, Maunena Samahita. What a wonderful thing. You see this glory of these gurus. And I'm telling you, in India, we are just so fortunate. We find all these variety. I'm just giving you examples to make you know that these gurus do exist. And then some are gurus who need to come into your life just once. Sometimes the guru comes in for a very, very advanced seeker. No? For you and me, it doesn't happen. I know that. But for a very advanced seeker, it could be in the Swapna, in the dream once. Guru, Swapna में भी बहुत दे सकते हैं. But वो शिष्य जो है, वो बहुत अधिकारी होना चाहिए, तभी हो सकता है. हमारे जैसे को नहीं होता है ऐसे. हमको तो सामने बोलते तभी नहीं होता है. तो यहाँ बोलने से तो कुछ हो गई. वो सबको लगता तो नहीं है हमको कि ये कुछ हो सकता है. But there is a possibility that is there. And there are some who come and go. I know in my own life, not in my own place, but in my family, there used to be a Swami Chaitanyananda who used to come to our home. Out of the blue, he would go into the Himalayas, out of the blue he would come, he would stay for some days, and one fine morning, we will find he's gone. He would have gone in the night, I think, somewhere, and he was just gone. Then maybe for 3, 4, 5 years, he would not be seen. All of a sudden, he would come back from the Himalayas. Very great sage, used to be in the home with interacting with people for just few hours. Some 2, 3 hours, again go into the room, sit down, come back again like that. And one day he's just not there. So he used to come and he used to just go. But very inspiring. I remember my own father being so inspired by him and telling me so many wonderful things about him. So you have such gurus also who either come just once and the life of the person is completely changed because of that one encounter with the guru. Kabir Das ji won this encounter with the guru. So many of these saints, one small encounter with their guru and their life changed completely. So there are different types of gurus. They appear in different ways in our life. Now the big question. So many people say, Swamiji, vaya guru, vaya guru. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa said it beautifully. He said, if you have a guru, a Sadguru in your life, 50% of your spiritual journey is over. How much? That's a lot. Remember, the other 50% is left. Huh? That is all on us. You can't do. But 50% of the journey is over. That's a big thing. So therefore, yes, a guru is required. Now, how do you find a guru? Very important. How do you find a guru? Where to look for a guru? So people say, okay, let's go to the Himalayas. Good place to look for a guru. Because they're supposed to be there, so let us go over there. But if I see a guru, how will I know that this is the guru for me? Sometimes people say, no, nowadays, no, you don't know that Sadgurus also are bad. And I say, and now this is contradiction in terms. Huh? Sadguru, Sad means good. And Sadguru is bad. Good guru is bad. How is it? That's a contradiction in terms. So remember, there is a perfect demand and supply law in the world. What is that? Demand and supply law. And that demand and supply law, especially in terms of the Guru, is guided by Bhagwan. He is the one who looks into it. So it is, if there is a sincere demand, if there is an intense demand, then it is Bhagwan's job to see that the right Guru comes into your life. Okay? But whose job is it? Bhagwan's job. He does that. In fact, it is Bhagwan alone who, so to speak, appears in our life as our Guru. This is very interesting. He alone, as though appears, as though becomes of the form of the Guru and comes into our life to guide us on this path. So this meeting of the Guru and the Shishya is a very strange, very unique, very divine, very, they say marriages are made in heaven. That is what is said. I don't know. But then why they fail, I don't understand. If they are made in heaven, someone told me the reason. They say because maintenance is our responsibility. Maintenance is a big time problem. But this Guru-Shishya relationship also is what? Made? It's Bhagavan who makes this relationship. If there is a sincere intent, so many times I tell people also, don't go looking for a Guru. You might not understand in our immaturity, we may choose some wrong person as a Guru, but increase the intensity in your heart. And for what? For true knowledge. See, if I want Chora Vidya, I will get Chora Guru. है कि नहीं? चोरी सीखनी है तो क्या मिलेगा? चोर गुरु मिलेगा और क्या मिलेगा? है ना? जो सीखना है उस प्रकार का गुरु मिलेगा. So whenever we, so to speak, encounter a guru or a person whom we hold reverence, who's not that great, and we discover that person is not that great, understand there was something wrong with our demand. Don't blame the supply, but always look into the demand. Something is wrong here. Okay? Something maybe we did not want. We wanted a glamorous guru, or we wanted some, many times people, how do they choose gurus also, or how do they come to them? Oh, so many educated people are following so and so, so he must be great. So many film stars are also going up in this person, so he must be great, or she must be great, or whatever it is. So what is the way, how do we look at a person? What do we want? So if our demand is sincere and for the highest, see, many times the gurus may be great, but our demand from them is not of the highest. I remember once Puja Gurudev was taken to a factory. And, new factory, one of the devotees. So he went from one place to the other, one room to the other, etc. Every place of this. And they kept on going, please come here also, please come here. Gurudev was going there, and then finally he said, instead of getting stone and mortar, cement blessed, why don't you get yourself blessed? You understand? Why you want cement to be blessed? You get yourself blessed. So even from a great guru, if my demand is, many times our demand is like that. We want instinct, like for something which we are suffering in the present moment, we want relief from that. Oh Guru, I have a headache. Please do something about it. I can't bear. So one guru was, Shishya was there. He's telling another person, you don't know how great my guru is. I went with a headache and I told my guru, I have a headache. He just looked at me and the headache went. He just touched and my headache went. So the other Shishya was not less. The other says, you don't know my guru. I went to him. He was really great, the second person. He says, I went to my guru and my guru touched my head. My notion that I am the head went off. You understand? कि मेरा तादाद में ये शरीर से निकल गया, बस छूट गया मैं तो। बेहतर एक बार हेडेक जाएगा तो दूसरी बार तो आएगा ना, जब तक हेड है तो हेडेक भी तो होगा, है ना? ऐसा नहीं कि गुरु ने मुझे हेडलेस बना दिया, ऐसी बात है। You get it? So therefore, our demand should be sincere and right. Many times, people keep asking me and telling me also, what do you this about Gurudev? I get asked many times. What, tell us some stories about Gurudev, tell us about greatness of Gurudev. So yes, Gurudev was great, no doubt about it. He had thousands of followers, no doubt about it. He was extremely loving, no doubt about it. He had a great sense of humor, no doubt about it. His knowledge was wonderful. His way of talking was fantastic. Yes, no doubt about it. So many people were there who loved him, the educated people, everyone loved him. Yes. He traveled all around the world. Yes. Everything is wonderful, but for me, Gurudev was great and is great for me in my life is because he is a realized master. For me, it starts with that and ends with that. Because if you see, there are thousands of people who are loving. Is it true or not? There are millions of people who are, you see, you have to see these rock stars. They have a following which you and I can't even imagine. They are not hundreds, thousands, lakhs, they are millions. Is it a fact or not? They love them. They will do anything for them. Okay? So that, just because they are loving or they love or you love, there are many people. He never forgets anyone. There are many people, I know people who remember phone numbers, person's face, this, everything they remember of it. So big deal. There are many people like that. I'm not saying these are not all great things, these are all the extra things which make Gurudev great. But as far as I'm concerned, he's great because he attained the goal of life. And I want to attain that goal of life. He attained that goal of life. So for me, he is my Sadguru. Is it okay? Because otherwise, if you go for anything other than that, that is what you get. Are you with me? Very often it happens. We all have our own reasons for being with a guru. You know, we feel special because he's great. He draws a lot of this. So if I'm close to him, I'm in his company, or I feel so good. Again, this feel good factor. You feel so good. Very good. It's good to feel good. But is that the reason why I want a guru? To feel good? So therefore, very, very important is my demand. My demand, if it is of the highest, I get a guru who will give me the highest. Because gurus also see what it is that you want. And they are very democratic. I have understood one thing, both guru and God are extremely true gurus. First of all, they don't want to become your guru. That is one thing. Any guru, any person who wants to become guru, the best is to avoid such people, you know, who want to become like, oh, I'm your guru, my guru tu chela, you know, like, that's better not to. They're not in any, this, you know, they don't want to, they're not into that business of making what? Chelas or anything like that. They want to people to get knowledge, they want people to get realization, they want, that is what they want. They don't want anything else. They want people to become happy. They want people to progress spiritually, materially, in every possible way. That is all they want. They don't want anything else from it. So therefore, what we find that our demand is most important. Then the guru, what? Brings the shishya. Another thing I have understood in my life, it is not just that the guru chooses, I feel, even, and not that the God chooses and brings the guru and shishya, I also feel that the guru chooses. This is what I personally feel. It's true. Guru also chooses. And sometimes I have seen that, all of you must have read about the life of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He was waiting for Vivekananda to come, Swami Vivekananda. And when he came, he said also, you have made me wait for a very long time. He was so anxious to what? Meet. So therefore, I truly believe that the Guru also chooses. It's not always that the Guru, God also, but Guru also chooses. And these Gurus are again very great. Supposing a person has come to you for knowledge, and if you realize that this is not the, the shishya for this person, then they will not what? Accept that person. Very interesting, our own Puja Gurudev's life. Gurudev went to Shivanand Maharaj. He was a Bodhaka Guru for Shivanand Maharaj, taught the scriptures also to Gurudev. He listened to so much of knowledge also from Gurudev. And when his inquiry became more and more, and he even gave sannyas, he became his Diksha Guru also. It is not that he wasn't, he became Diksha Guru. However, he understood that here is a seeker, I am not the right person to be his Sadguru. He sent him to Tapovan Maharaj, and Tapovan Maharaj became Pujya Gurudev Sadguru. Are you with me? You see this? So gurus are not like that. They say, let me grab the Sishyas, come to me. I don't want him to go to someone else. And all. No, if they find that this person, someone else is going to be their true Guru, they send them, they guide them, either directly or indirectly to the right person, so that they progress and finally become great masters themselves. And remember, even within your journey as you are going, there are times. Because once the Guru and the God connect, and Guru and the Shishya connection is made, we have to be completely free of any worry. In the sense, supposing the Guru, Sadguru, passes away in time, the Shishya never has to worry. Initially it happens that the Shishya is worried. What will happen? He was there for me. He would answer my questions. I depended on him. Now he's not there. What will happen to me? Never worry. Because it again becomes the responsibility of that Guru and God to see that the Shishya continuously gets the right person to guide till his journey is over. What a wonderful thing. देखो गुरु करने की एडवांटेज क्या क्या होती है. एक बार हो गए हम बिल्कुल क्या निश्चिंत बन गए. उसके बाद में हमको फिक्र नहीं करनी है. इधर उधर थोड़ा इधर करेंगे तो एक दो मिलकर हमको वापस ले आएंगे. वो उनकी प्रेजेंस भी नहीं हो तो they will see that someone or the other comes into your life, the right person at the right time to give us. Only thing is, as far as us we are concerned, please keep the demand in your heart. This is most important as far as you and me are concerned. Keep that demand alive, intense. Well, तो उसको बनाए रखना, उसकी तीव्रता बनाए रखनी वो अपनी जिम्मेदारी है. दूसरा सब भगवान की और गुरु की जिम्मेदारी है. क्या बढ़िया बात है कि नहीं? बस इतना काम हमको करना है. हम लोग क्या हो जाते हैं कि बीच में एकदम कभी कभी हमको अटैक आते हैं. We get attacks of this. अभी गुरु पूर्णिमा आई, गुरु 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 गुरु. After गुरु पूर्णिमा, गुरु को रख दिया. Everyone, you go back to your place. We come on, let's now do something else now. That's so we have this thing. That intensity does not remain in our heart. Or we get distracted. Now, I will tell you what I meant by the gurus do not interfere. They really don't interfere with our life. As much as we are willing to open our heart or allow them to, that much they come into our life. The more we open, the more they come. I love this verse of the Bhagavad Gita, and with that I will explain to you what I mean. Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara, Paramatma iti cha api uttam. Dehe dehinam avyayam. This is what is said. In all our lives, the Guru and God remains as Upadrashta. He just watches. This jiva is going around doing his own whatever, जो काम करना है वो करते रहता है, तो देखते रहते हैं, साक्षी रूप से देखते रहते हैं. उपद्रष्टा, दृष्टा बन के देखते रहते हैं. करता है बस, संसार में ही ये है. तो लाइफ टाइम्स will go like that, huh? They won't interfere. Remember, there are, you and I are sitting and listening and talking about this Guru Gita or Guru Stotram. There are millions and millions and all have nothing to do with any form of Guru. Do you agree with me? उनके जीवन में गुरु की नाम निशान लेश मात्र कुछ नहीं है. उनका चलते हैं. भगवान क्या है? उपद्रष्टा. व्हाट? साक्षी. देखते हैं, चलो जाओ जो करना है करें. बट इज देयर, जाते कभी नहीं. उपद्रष्टा. Then you open your heart a little bit and you start giving, then he becomes Anumanta. He says, good, yes, very good, agreed, good. So becomes like a motivator and all that. Anumanta, Anumati dete hain, Anumodanam karte hain hamare जीवन में. I'm telling you, each one of you must have found all of this, what I'm talking about in your life. अनुमोदन करते हैं. Yes, very good, very good. अंदर से लगता है हमको मिल रहा है. Then भरता, then he starts nourishing. ध्यान से, अलग अलग ढंग से हमको क्या करते हैं, हमारी पुष्टि करते हैं. He nourishes us. You will actually find yourself being nourished by the Guru. Bharata. And after that, when he comes into your life, he becomes Bhokta. This is such a beautiful. He remains in your heart and enjoys. Why? Because he likes being here. He likes. It is said, Tulsi Daji said, Mama Hridaya Kancha Nivasa. You come inside and Kamadi Khaladala Bhanjalam. You take out all this Kama, etc. Make it clean. Then sit here and enjoy. So Bhagwan becomes what? Bhokta. He enjoys. When you are enjoying something, Bhagwan says, "Arey kya maza aaya hai." इसके दिल में रहने को है कि नहीं? कहाँ पवित्र स्थान है तो वहाँ रहने को मजा आती है ना. ऐसे भगवान को भी मजा आती है. भर्ता, भोक्ता, and once you become completely open, Maheshwara, he guides everything in your life. Everything and anything. I have known such people also. Anything that happens in the life, they say, whatever happens. Mirabai was one such person. When her relation gave her poison, what did she say? This Bhagwan has sent me this poison. Maheshwara, he takes care of my life. He is the ruler of my life. Everything is done by his will. I don't have. He's Maheshwara. He is taken out. Same thing for Guru. I know of a person who says anything that comes into my life is only with the Guru. Guru only has given me. It can be anything, anything and everything. Maheshwara. And the final stage is what? Paramatma. The Guru is Paramatma, God, Ishvara, Guru and Atma become one in your life. That is the highest stage. There is no difference between you and your Guru, you and God. Ishwar, Guru and Atma are one. They become one in that. That is the stage. So this whole thing is called, as I told you, this all depends on what? Our. So how do you find a Guru? Make the heart open. And that is when become very, very important thing is, should you test the Guru? And how do I know finally this is the Guru? This is another. It is said in the Guru Gita, I'm not saying my own thing, it is said that Swayam Samyak Parikshyartha. What should you do? Tattvanishtham Bhajet Sudhihi. Yes, test the Guru. Because we have a buddhi, na? हमारी बुद्धि होती है, वो ऐसे सामान्य रूप से एक्सेप्ट करती नहीं है. तो करो ना टेस्ट. बुद्धि ही है तो करो टेस्ट. Much as I feel ashamed now, I also tested my Guru. I feel bad now to say that. See, it is okay. Because at that stage of life, what do you want? You want proof. I remember once a situation was there and I said, God, I am here for the sake of truth. And if my Guru does not believe in truth, then I don't want such a Guru. And each time something like that happened, so-called test, foolishly from my side happened. Again, foolishly I'm saying because it is true. I say these words also when I realize they are foolish. He passed. Who passed? The Guru passed. To say it is all very immature. Now I say that. But what happened? Because of that, it became what? Dhrida. I became my Guru Nishtha or Guru Shraddha or Guru Nishchay became Dhrida. You understand that? Because each time Even though, now, how do you know that you've met your Guru? There are sometimes in the scriptures or in saints and all, they say so many things that happen. That in your heart, there is a special type of a feeling that happens. There are some times when it has happened where they have met their Sadguru and tears flow from their eyes for no reason at all, just looking at the person, something happens, something clicks, and tears start flowing from their eyes for this. Please, when you're in an emotional condition and you go in front of someone, you start crying, no, you'll understand the difference between that and something actually happening. But where something in your heart tells you, this is my Guru. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you words which Pujya Gurudev himself had said. And he said, he, not once or twice, he said, sometimes it is better to have a Guru who is not there in physical form. Why? Because our intellect is such, we will keep finding fault with the Guru. उसके सामने दिखते हैं, मेरे सामने नहीं दिखते हैं. वो partial है. उसने ऐसे क्यों किया, ऐसे क्यों किया? I will give one small incident and I end the session. One person was there, and was told, Pujya Gurudev was, there were so many people, so there was a basket of fruit and he was giving a fruit to everyone. So there were apples also in the basket, there were bananas also in the basket. So as each devotee was coming, he was giving a fruit. They were prostrated and go away. So when the apples got over the bananas which were at the bottom of this, he took one banana and he gave it to the next devotee that came. That person who got the banana, it is a true thing. Later on said, what type of a Guru is this? To everyone he gave apple and to me he gave banana. He left Gurudev because of, can you imagine the ridiculousness of this? Because our mind is like that, we'll keep finding what? Faults. Because we will see from our drishti. If our drishti is petty, हमारी दृष्टि तुच्छ है, तो उसी प्रकार से गुरु को भी देखेंगे, ऐसे क्यों किया, ऐसे क्यों नहीं किया, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, ऐसे करना चाहिए. हमारा जो है वो उन पर ला देंगे हम. हमारी जो कमियां हैं उन पर ला देंगे. इसलिए गुरुदेव भी कहते थे कभी कभी क्या कि जो गुरु जीवित नहीं है उनको गुरु रखो. शंकराचार्य जी को रखो, भगवान वेदव्यास को रखो, गुरुदेव है स्वामी चिन्मयानंद जी को रखो, स्वामी तपन महाराज है, ऐसे महान महान संत हैं, उनको आप गुरु के रूप से देख सकते हैं. There is a lot more that has to be said. I hope you are this introduction to this, and still I will continue on this what is called faith in the Guru. Many other factors that are there. We will see what is grace, what is all these factors which we will see, because we say this Guru Kripa, Guru Kripa, Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. You have heard of that? Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. So what is the meaning of all that? Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Why without a Guru you cannot get knowledge, etc. All these questions will be answered in the session tomorrow. Welcome you once again to this session, and tomorrow we will meet at 6:45. Please, all of us, let us be on time and we will have this wonderful. And if you have questions, as is already said, please put it in the chat box and tomorrow I'll try to answer those questions. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Satgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Prayers for the well-being of everyone. Please keep safe. Hari Om and Namaskar.
Thank you, Swamini ji, for that wonderfully inspiring and insightful session. We are looking forward to more insights in tomorrow's session. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Yagna Yajmans, Srimati and Shri Sandeep Kabra and Srimati and Shri Ashok Rathi. On behalf of Chinmay Mission Nagpur, our sincere gratitude. If our Aarti Yajman today is Advocate Anand Parchure. If anyone would like to become an Aarti Yajman, you can get in touch with our secretary, Shri Sunil Vyavhare, whose number will be shared in the chat box. A few announcements, some information. We are happy to invite you all for a special guided Guru Paduka Puja in the presence of Swamini Vimlananda Ji on the 24th of July, which is Shri Guru Purnima, from 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. You can watch, participate in the puja, sitting in the comfort of your own home, as the puja samagri list will be provided, and you can just follow along. You can do it in your altar. Another announcement, Chinmay Gardens, Coimbatore is organizing a first of its kind mantra sadhana retreat. This is for your personal sadhana. It is an 8-week program which begins from the 7th of November up to the 1st of January 2022. Please do make the most of it, register. The information is given on the flyer on your screens. And now we will perform Pujya Gurudev's Aarti. I invite all of you to be a part of it. I now request all the viewers to switch on their videos, their cameras, for a Zoom selfie. Thank you so much. Please switch on your cameras for a Zoom feed before we end the session. Thank you so much. We will meet tomorrow.